you guys doing? I'm Sandra from One Stitch at a Time. How are you guys doing? I'm okay. I've been better. I haven't posted. I meant to get on here and do another video to talk to you guys, but I've had a lot going on. My dog was sick. He had seizures. He went blind. He had a brain tumor. And it got really bad, and we had to put him down. Yeah, so I did finish my pinwheel quilt. I didn't video any of that because I was crying a lot. I was really upset, but I just wanted to finish it. I was just, trying to stay busy so that I wouldn't spend all my time crying. But yeah, it was rough. But today I'm working on my English paper piecing quilt. I have just been sitting here sewing all my pieces into rows. Just show you what I got so far. This is the easiest way I found, is to sew it all in one long row and the number of pieces that I need, and then attach it together, and then once I get that row, I'll attach it to this, so I'll have 3 together, and then I'll attach it on my other piece that's got, I think, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's got 5 or 6 rows sewed together. But yeah, that's what I'm working on today. Just need to pick another color. I just did blue. I think I need a red. Yeah, red. So what have you guys been up to? Where is my needle? Oh, I lost it. There it is. I don't know how many times I've lost a needle. Oh, I already did that. Okay. Good, good, good. Yep, today though, I went and got to finally go see my granddaughter, my step-granddaughter. She's 2.5 months old. She is beautiful. Finally got to hold her and feed her and see her, spend some time with her and her mama and her brother. My mom passed in October, which is when she was born. And I was too upset and depressed to go see her then. And then my dog got sick, and then of course it's winter time, so we all got sick, my kids and my old man and I. So we didn't want to take no germs to see the baby. So we finally went today to go see them. They live a couple hours away from us, so that was nice. That was a little bit of joy compared to from having to put my dog down. That is tough. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. I don't have any enemies, but if I did, I wouldn't wish that on them. That heartbreak. Yeah, so I figured today I wanted to sew and get my hands busy and not sit here and dwell on sad things. And I have another quilt project that I want to do, but I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with it. It's the fabric line, now forgive me if I pronounce this wrong, Sacre Bleu French General by Moda. So if you know that, it's tan, it's like a light blue, different shades of blue with a like dark navy blue. And I'm thinking I'm going to do like a pinwheel pattern with that, but I'm not going to do it all pinwheels mashed together where it's such a busy pattern. I was thinking of doing pinwheels, but mixing the pinwheel pieces up so it's not all like, I don't have a piece over here, do I? No. I don't, where it's all the 4 pieces from the 2 pieces that you put together. I was thinking of mixing them up and then doing some striping, sashing, I guess it's called, white sashing down in between them, and then doing the cornerstones in like a dark navy blue. I'm thinking that's how I'm going to do it, but I'm not quite sure yet. Still thinking about it. I usually just kind of wing it and just go at it, and I usually like how it turns out, but that was kind of an expensive bundle of fabric, and I really don't want to just cut into it and then decide that's not what I wanted to do, that I don't like it, because I'm sure that's happened to you too, where you start doing something and you're like, oh gosh, I do not like this. This is hideous. This is ugly. What am I doing? I've done that quite a few times, but sometimes I've taken it apart and started over, and other times I just kind of trust the process and go with it. And it usually turns out good. I usually have that moment when I have all my pieces put up on the board and I'm thinking to myself, ugh, this is hideous. I do not like this. But then once you sew them together and you start attaching the rows, or if you're doing a quilt with rows, I should say, then, you start going, oh, okay, yeah, I like this. This is not quite what I had in my head, but yeah, it's okay. And you start to like it. At least that's how it goes for me anyway. It's raining today. We're supposed to get a chance of snow, which I kind of hope it doesn't snow. These people can't drive down here down south on dry roads, let alone rainy, frozen, slushy, snowy roads. And I can say that because I'm from up north. But in their defense, they've never really had to drive in that, so. But it's not fun. So I'm hoping it doesn't freeze and turn into ice and snow. I also was sitting here thinking today whether or not I was going to do a garden. Do you guys garden too? I usually do. Bummer. Snag. Got a nut. Come on now, don't be difficult. Okay, you break then. That's fine. That's fine. So, I don't know what you guys do when you have a piece that snags and breaks. I usually just leave the knot in there, and then I have a little piece that was left over that was still in there, and I just pull it across, and then I'll sew around that and wrap it so that it doesn't come out. But I was thinking about whether I was going to do a great big garden this year again. I usually plant too many plants, and then I don't feel like doing anything with the stuff that I harvest because I work outside in the heat in the summertime, and by the time I get home from work, the last thing I feel like doing is canning or doing anything with all that stuff. So and I usually have an excess of zucchini and squash, and I usually put them in grocery bags and I pass them around to my neighborhood like the garden fairy. Because I feel like sharing is caring. And instead of throwing it away or letting it go bad, I just pass it out to everybody. But I don't know if I want to do a big garden this year. I kind of wanted to do a lot of traveling this summer, going to see my grandkids and making some memories this year. I don't know. We shall see. All right, there's the red. All right, and so that I can hold this up so you can see what I have at the end down here. That's right. Okay, just making sure I didn't get them all misaligned. I've done that before, thinking I had them lined up, and the colors that ended up beside each other were not what I had intended. Let's see. I think I'll do this blue. No. I think I'll do a pink. Yeah, we'll do pink. Oh, what did I do with my dang needle? I tell you what, I lose more needles than I can shake a stick at. I don't think this is the one that I had. Must be. Losing my marbles. But anyway, I'm going to sew on this a little bit, and then once I get the rest of this row put together, I will come back, show you what it looks like, and then I will start attaching this to the other row and show you how that goes. Be back in a minute for you. 1 second for you. About 20 minutes. Hey guys, I'm back. Okay. So this is what we've got for this row. Alright, now I've got to start attaching it to this row. I wrote ours, you see that, on the side of the piece so that I would know which side was what and I wouldn't mix up my ends, because I have done that. And what did I do with my needle? I swear, I lose that dang needle 900,000 times. I don't think this is the one that I had. I'll probably find it in my foot later. It's probably stuck to the carpet. But anyway. Sorry, I got to have that light so I can see. I'm getting old. Alright, so I'm going to line this up. Right here. It's this one. And I'm just going to do a couple of pieces so I can show you what it looks like. A couple of seams. I have some sew tight pieces that I could use to hold these together, but I find those aggravating. I don't like having to keep stopping and put them on, and it's just annoying to me. I probably use them when I get on the bigger piece. This one is finicky, this red checkered pattern. It's kind of a thin material, and I did them a little too tight over the cardboard. Having a hard time trying not to get the cardboard. Come here, you little stinker. And let's see, just to show you, I've got that one seam on there already. And fold it. Line these corners up. Pinch this piece in half to hold it down. I don't have that quite lined up. That's better. Yep. I think after I get this piece done up a little bit, I'm going to go make me a cup of hot tea and probably read for a little bit. Gotta get up early. I'm trying to hold this so you could see what I'm doing, but it's a little wonky to hold. I gotta keep it under my light so I can see. Don't get old, folks. It's not fun. Need to make an eye appointment. I'm dreading it. You know, the last time I went to the eye doctor, I was having to wear readers, and I told the eye doctor that I couldn't see that well, that I was getting headaches. And do you know, they told me my vision was perfect. I didn't need glasses. I don't know where they got that nonsense from, but I'm of a different opinion. Alright, so move this piece over. Bring this piece over here. Pinch that down. That's the good thing about the cardboard. You can pinch this piece down to hold it out of your way. I'm going to do this other seam right here, and then I'm going to open it up and show you what it looks like so far. Wow, if I can get it in there. Come on, cooperate. And tie this thread off when I get to the end. I know a lot of people, as they do each seam, they tie it off so that in case it unravels, you don't end up losing more than just one seam. But honestly, I'm lazy and I don't like threading this little teeny tiny needle because I told you I can't really see. And so I tend to go as far as I can on one piece of thread and then I'll knot it off. And I also use a piece of thread usually that's too long for that reason, because I don't like to have to thread it. And I have a little tiny needle threader thing, but you know, that's just as much of a pain as it is trying to eyeball it and get it in there. Sometimes I'll take it and thread it through my wax and then kind of pinch it, and it's easier to thread, but it's still a pain regardless. Alright, make sure I get this corner down here Oh, I just broke that. Okay. The thread was getting kind of frayed, you know, pushing it in and pushing it in so many times it kind of takes a beating. That's another thing that the wax is good for, to kind of help it condition it, to keep it from, just take this needle, put it through there so I can knot it down. The wax kind of conditions the thread so that it doesn't, okay. I've got a couple of seams. And of course, it all wants to fall on the floor. Okay. I think I got it. Alright, there we go. As you can see, I have the seam right here to do, but there's that. And I'll just work my way along, going all the way down, folding it up down together and doing one seam at a time. And if it gets too much to hold it, you can always get some sew tights or some magnets of some kind to hold it together, or a clip if that's easier. But that's all for today. I hope you guys are having a good day and have a good project to work on, and everything's going good for you guys. Until next time, I will check back in. Probably my next video will be of that new quilt that I'm working on when I finally decide on a pattern. I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you. Thanks for watching. If you like this, please like it. If you feel like it, subscribe. You can always unsubscribe if you're not digging the videos. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you.